You are strict. He's funny, though. In Russia, people have a lot more, people are more diverse than they are in other countries.
Say more perverse, viciously so, and I'll agree with you. I've had people taking orders from me for over 15 years. I know them for what they are. These kind Russian people so painted up in their priestly literature.
Priestly?
Yes, of course. All these priest sons. Zakhar Ivanovich is a long time coming in.
Do you know what he's doing? He's finishing up last night's card game.
And down there, they're planning to quit work after dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Believe me, Russia will never make good. That's a fact. It's a land of anarchism. There's an ingrained distaste for work and an utter incapacity for order. Respect for the law is absent.
But that's natural in a country where there is no law to not respect the law. You know, just between us, I think that our government...
Well, of course. I make no excuses for anybody, including the government. Take the Anglo-Saxons. There's no better material for building a state. The Englishman walks before the law like a trained horse in a circus. Legality is in his bones, in his muscles. Good morning, Zakhar Ivanovich. Permit me to inform you of your latest result of your liberal policy towards the workers. They demand the instant dismissal of Dichkov, failing which they plan to quit work after dinner. Yes, what have you to say?
Dichkov? The fellow who uses his fists and annoys the girls? Well, of course we must fire him. It's only just and proper.
Come, my esteemed partner. Let's talk seriously. We're discussing business, not justice. Justice is for Nikolai to look after. May I say it again? Justice, as you understand it, is ruinous for the business.
Discussing business first thing in the morning.
1,000 apologies. Still, I'll continue. I regard this conversation as crucial. Before I went on my leave, I held the factory like this. When I was here, no one dared make a squeak. These Sunday entertainment lectures as they are, these, as you know, are regarded as useless with men as they are. The raw Russian brain doesn't flare up with the fire of reason when a spark of knowledge falls upon it. It smolders and smokes.
One must speak calmly.
That's great advice. Very wise. Still, I will continue. Zakhar Ivanovich, in a period of 6 months, you have loosened and shaken up the strong machinery built up by my labors in a period of 6 years. I was respected. I was regarded as a master. Now it's evident to everybody in the firm that the firm has 2 masters, one kind and the other evil. The kind one is, of course, you.
Oh, no, you mustn't say that.
You speak very strangely, Mikhail.
I have a reason for the way I speak. I've been placed in the most stupid position. Last time I told the workers I'd rather close the factory than fire Dichkov. They believed I'd do as I said and calm down. You, Zakhar Ivanovich, last Friday told a worker, Graykov, that Dichkov was a ruffian and that you were going to fire him.
But, my dear friend, if he punches people and that sort of thing, we can't tolerate that. After all, we're European. We're civilized people.
Before everything else, we're manufacturers. Workers punch each other in the nose every holiday. What business is that of ours? As to the necessity of teaching the workers good manners, we'll have to settle that question afterwards. There's a delegation of workers waiting for you in the office. They demand that you fire Dichkov. What do you propose to do?
Is Dichkov such a valuable man?
If you ask me, as I understand it, it's not a question here per se of a man, but of principle.
Precisely. The question is, who are the masters in the factory? We or the workers?
Yes, I know, but...
If we give in to their demands, there's no telling what they'll ask for next. They're an impudent lot. Those Sunday schools and the rest. Learned a lot in the past 6 months, and they look at me as a pack of hungry wolves. Already there are illicit handbills circulating among them. The smell of socialism is unmistakable.
God-forsaken place! And all of a sudden, socialism? It's amusing.
You think so, my dear brother. Well, when children are small, they're all amusing, but pretty soon they grow up, and you're face to face with full-blown blackguards.
Then what do you think we should do?
Close the factory. Let them starve a little. That'll cool them off. And when the factory is closed, the women will spring into action. They'll cry, not men intoxicated with dreams. Women's tears act as smelling salts. They sober them up.
You black-hearted bastard.
Life demands it.
Is this all really that necessary?
Have any other suggestions?
Shall I speak to them, eh?
You'll give in to them, of course, and then my position will become impossible. You'll excuse me, Zakar, but your hesitation quite wounds me very deeply, quite apart from the harm that it does already.
But I'm not objecting, my dear friend. I'm only thinking. I'm more of a landowner than an industrialist. Oh. Peasants are easier, more agreeable than workers. I get on with them excellently. There are some very interesting individuals among the workers, but taking in the mass, I agree, they're unruly and desolate.
That's because you've already made them so many promises.
Well, you see, right after you left, there sparked a kind of liveliness and excitement amongst them. Perhaps I behaved incautiously, but I had to calm them. There were articles about us in the newspapers, and sharp ones, you know.
It's 17 minutes past the hour. This question must be settled. It boils down to this. Either we close the factory, or I leave the business. If we close the factory, we'll suffer no losses. I've already seen to that. The urgent orders are ready for shipment, and our warehouses are pretty well stocked.
Yes. We must settle it now. I understand. What is your opinion?
I agree with my brother. I think we should adhere to the principles at hand.
You also think we should close? Well, what a load of nuisance this is! Kale, don't be annoyed with me, but I just need 10 minutes to think this over. 10 minutes!
Of course. The jellyfish. He can say that after the peasant revolts in the south. The fool.
You're kind of letting yourself go on this one. I think it's best to keep control.
My nerves are shot. I don't mind saying. I go to the factory and I'm hated because of this idiot. I'd leave the business, but you'd be the first to condemn me. All our capital is tied into it. And if I leave, that fat fool will ruin everything.
That would be bad.